Hi everyone. Hopefully someone will hop on here with me so I'm not all by myself. But here's the thing, right? So everyone has their own little question or their own little statement that goes something like, I will be happy when, or I will feel successful when, or I will feel fulfilled when. And everyone's is slightly different, but at the same time, it boils down to the same kind of thing, right? And everyone has this thing that they're looking for that will be the answer to the question. So this magical, mystical thing, this answer. So they search the outside world. They go and do course after course. Hey, Chesney. They do course after course. They read book after book. They scour the internet. They talk to people looking for the answer. Hi, Tanya. Thinking that that answer is somewhere in the outside world. Hey, Charlotte. Now you've totally put me off because I've just talked to you about doing this. And here's the thing, because this is what blocks everyone. So people go, I will feel happy or fulfilled or successful when, and they go in search of finding the answer, finding this one thing that they need that will change the whole game for them, that will make life completely different, that is almost like their little fairy godmother coming down and waving a magic wand and dinging it all perfect, right? And so everyone wants that thing and everyone's searching for that thing. And they believe that that thing is outside of them somewhere. And so they spend lots of money and lots of time. And the thing is, as soon as you get to that, what might be that one thing, like this is the course that will do everything for me, or this is the book, or like, or when I have this many clients, or when I reach this level at work, or when I have a baby, or when I get married, or like whatever it might be, like when I hit that point, then I will be happy, or then I'll feel successful, or then I'll feel fulfilled. But then you hit that point and you realise you actually still feel exactly the same, and you might not even stop and celebrate the fact that you hit that point. And so straight away you're on the mission again, trying to find this thing, and you get this new idea, oh, when I do this, like this is really when it'll happen for me, and this is really when I'll feel happy and fulfilled and successful and confident and self-assured and believe in myself and whatever else it might be, right? And the goalpost always moves as you do. And people fall into this trap all the time. And I've fallen into this trap many, many times. And I have to watch myself constantly to stop myself from falling in it now that I'm so aware of it. But that thing, that answer, that magical, mystical thing doesn't actually exist. It's like the pot at the end of the rainbow. Like you all hear the stories about people searching for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but the rainbow is the gold. Like the rainbow is the thing. You living your life every single day in the moment and how you're showing up right now, that's the thing. That's actually the magic. That's actually the secret ingredient. That's actually the thing that you're searching for, but you're looking on the outside world instead of the inside world. So how would life feel and how would life look if instead of doing this search every single day, looking around you for the answer, waiting for this next thing that will create that fulfillment or whatever it might be for you? How would it feel if instead of doing that search, instead of being on that search, you actually looked inside you at who you really are and how you're really showing up? And instead of telling yourself that I will feel successful when, well, actually step into that person now. Or I will feel happy when, step into that person now. If you're the person who already feels that way, what would you be doing? What would you be telling yourself? How will you be showing up? What action will you be taking? What would your belief system be? Like, what would you really believe on a core level? They're the things. That's the secret. That's the thing you need to be doing now, because that's going to change your whole life moving forward. Because as long as you're waiting until, as long as you're searching for that gold, you're not doing it now. The rainbow is a gold. It's living it now. It's being it now. So if you were to take that on and truly believe it, what would you need to change about yourself today? What would you need to change about yourself right now, this moment. Because like that's the answer, that's the key. Charlotte, Tanya, Shazney, if you're still on here, like tell me, how would that change things? And it might be that you look at your life and you go, to a really big extent, I'm already doing this. So you might be able to give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and think, actually, I'm doing this. This is awesome. But even I know, and I'm very aware of this, and I journal on it every day, and I do all kinds of work on this. Even I know that you can always push yourself more. I don't believe that anyone, anywhere, is actually working at 100% of being that person right now. Shazney, banish the fear and just get on with it. Yeah, because here's the thing, when you're just getting on with it, knowing that fear is just part of it, and that actually having that fear means that you're growing, it means that you're doing it, it's actually a good thing. Like when you feel that fear, if instead of thinking, oh my God, like that fear's come up, maybe I shouldn't do this, or like you shy away from it a little bit, which most people do. If instead you were to embrace that fear and go, actually, like this fear is showing me that I am moving forwards. This fear is showing me that I am growing as a person. This fear is showing me that I'm doing those things that I've always said I really wanted to do. Jan, what have you said? I make myself that I'm not comfortable. I make myself that I'm not comfortable with. I don't understand that. I make myself that I'm not comfortable with. I'm not sure what you mean, Jan. I don't think I'm reading that right. So if instead of searching outside of ourselves, we're instead to go back to basics and look inside and start showing up today as that person. So what is that dream for you? Because that's the first step, right? Do you even know what it is? Do you know what excites you? Do you know what motivates you? Do you know what that thing is that you, more than anything, you want to achieve, or that life that you want to live? Like, what is it for you? I make myself do something I'm not comfortable with. Oh, I see, Jan, that totally makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And so when you're showing up that person, what would you be telling yourself? Like that little voice, that self-talk you've got going on in your head, if you were being that person who's already created that life, what would that voice be saying? Because I bet anything it would be a really empowering voice rather than a voice that stops you or limits you or keeps you playing small. And how would it change how you were showing up? How would it change just the language that you use? How would it change the people that you spend your time with? How would it change your relationships? How would it change your business? How would it change your career? How would it change everything, basically? Because it could do. Also, it doesn't have to. Like, it's your choice, right? It's your choice with whatever that future vision is for you. What is it? How much do you want it? Take the person who's achieved that and step into it right now, because right now, today is the rainbow and that is the gold. So showing up right now, that gives you the fulfillment right now. That gives you the sense of success right now because you're doing it. That gives you the sense of happiness and joy and freedom because you're living life on your own terms and you're doing it now. And it's by doing that every single day that you very quickly will get wherever it is that you want to go instead of searching for that thing outside. Like, what do you think? Tell me, is this making sense? And what is it? Like, because I know for me, the thing that stopped me is that I thought I needed more knowledge. I was like, I need to learn more. And I have to watch myself that I don't fall into that trap. So I was like, I just need to do one more course on this, or I need to read this book, or I need to get this qualification, because then I'll know what I'm talking about, or then people will believe that I know what I'm talking about. So what is it for you in terms of what's that one thing that you tell yourself you need that's actually holding you back and helping you playing small? When if instead you were to step into that person who's already achieved it, you would just know what to do straight away. You would know what to do. You'd be showing up fully. You'd be feeling successful. You'd be feeling happy. You would be feeling fulfilled, and you'd be in total control of your own life. So my little challenge to you today, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this later on, is firstly, to what extent are you doing this? To what extent are you waiting for something, like filling the gap for you, for that XYZ? To what extent are you waiting, if you're truly honest with yourself, for that magic ingredient that is going to change the game for you? And if you were to change that and step into the identity now of the version of you who'd already achieved that in life and already created that, how would that change how you're showing up every single day? And how would that impact the rest of your life moving forward? And not just your life, because it's going to impact a lot of other people's lives too. Because how many people are going to watch you and feel inspired by you? How many people are going to watch you and go, wow, if they can do that, then I can do that? How many people are you going to be able to help because you're helping yourself instead of holding yourself back? That's my little challenge to you, to go and be totally honest with yourself about this. Go and journal on it, go and talk about it, go and think about it, but then actually take action on it and do something about it instead of just thinking about it. Because it always comes down to that whole, sorry, my voice is going, that whole like we can think and think and think about something but never actually implement it, and it's the implementation of it that has the power. That's all I wanted to talk about today. So whether you're watching this live or watching it later, I would love to know your thoughts on it and to what extent it could potentially be stopping you from actually living the life that you really want to be living. And I think every single person is part of being human in some ways, doesn't give it 100%. I don't think anyone gives it 100%. I wonder even if the Tony Robbins of this world give it 100%, like they probably give it 99.9%. But I wonder if they give it 100. And if you were giving yourself a percentage, what would that be? Just a question. So on that note, there's two things I want to mention. I put a new blog post out today. Go and read it. It's somewhere on my page if you haven't yet. It's a little bit about this, but it's a little bit different. It's me getting outside my comfort zone, me taking action on some of this. And if you're not yet, I would love you to come and join us in Dreamcatchers, where we've got the 24 days of, what's it called, mindfulness happening. So I'd love you to come and join us in there as well. Thank you for listening to me, everybody. Shazni, love this, Claire. For me, it's about being brutally honest with myself. The journaling is key. Yeah, absolutely. Such inspiring content that you have shared. Oh, thank you. Hold on, I can't read it all there. Just show more. You're so right. We're not operating to our optimal capacity. Amazing, Shazni, because the first step of it is awareness, right? The first step is awareness and honesty. As you say, I love that brutal honesty. And I think we do all need to step back and look at ourselves in the mirror and be brutally honest with ourselves, because I think that lots of people are really good at killing themselves. Lots of people are really good at saying, but I'm doing this and I'm working my hardest and I'm being the person that I say I am, and I am like showing up properly and I am doing all these things. But so often, sorry, I need to sneeze. Crazy sneezes, I know. I forgot what I was saying now. But so often, if people actually had that brutal honesty with themselves, they'd realise that they're nowhere near their full potential. And actually, how different would life look for them and for the people around them if they were. I love that comment, Shazni, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go and have an awesome day. Go and do this. Look at yourself in the mirror. Decide to what level you're doing this. And I will talk to you all soon. Go and have an awesome day. Bye.